Tonight, I'm going to continue to build this Lego Legend of Zelda, the Great Deku Tree. So yesterday, I got the most complex area of this build done, which is the action feature here, which I think it works really well. It's just that it actually took me over an hour just to build this particular feature. So we're gonna continue to build from back 13 today. It's already 5 to 11, so I'm not anticipating myself to be able to finish the build today. So because there's still quite a few things that need to sort out um, before it gets to the top, and also the remaining trees around the Great Deku Tree. So let's see how it goes. I mean, so far I've been enjoying the build, but I don't know. Yesterday there are a couple of mistakes that I wish I never made, because those mistakes actually quite costly in terms of the time. So definitely, we'll continue to build tomorrow. Just because even though tomorrow is Saturday, I just can't continue to build the set, until I finish. Given that there's some other things that I need to consider. Just imagine that I spend till like 2 a.m. finish building the set, and then what's next? If the kids somehow woke up, I need to go sort them out. At the same time, um, the other thing is, what's that? Yeah, it will be like over 2 hours video. By the time I can upload and the video and finish all the stuff, it's gonna be like what 5 a.m. in the morning, which means that I will not even sleep at all, which is not a good thing. And again, I'm struggling to find one of the piece, and then it was just right in front of me again. And these are the things that sometimes makes me really frustrated, just because, like, I don't know, really should start consider, hey, get all the elements sorted before I start building. But anyway, so we're kind of building the rest of the deck tree. I don't know how you can make that work. Let's say you buy another set, instead of building the Ocarina of Time version, try to build a fully, I guess, a complete deck tree. The other side, you can't have the face, right? Then you design how it looks, on the exterior. There are quite a few things to consider, right? But it will be really nice to have a full base though. But anyway, I don't think it needed to be, because it's actually on by itself, even though the back is kind of open, but it's still a pretty good looking set. Um, Now we need to build this 2 times. So I'm gonna have both step. I guess rather than finish one, I just each steps I just build 2 times. Uh, that's just my approach in building things like this. And again, sometimes I want to have all the Lego logo aligned, but usually in this case, while the logo is aligned, while I'm building it, but the end result are probably you know not both sides kind of facing the same. And especially tonight, I really want to progress the build, so I don't necessarily want to think about, okay, if I put this on this side, how it should face. So yeah. Anyway, let's just focus on getting this. The remaining stuff really just around the trunk of the Deku Tree, and then you have foliage and also the exterior. So anyway, I'm not sure like is there any other thing that will be involved in the build. There's some dust, not dust, but dirt on the build. I try to get it away. But anyway, um, we've got this here, and then they use this underneath to clip onto the set. So this is really common when you when you buy a Lego set that you need to build a house. This is a really common ways on building the roof, and it's exactly, I mean, it's like a roof, right? Because you want to have, the the trunk to look like this. So it's kind of like, building a roof for your house or something like that. But yes, I'm particularly impressed with some of the details, although it's not like exactly from the game, right? But you've got a very nice bed, and some of the shops you got a Korok selling the mushrooms and stuff. So those are pretty nice details. And this the only thing is the bed, right? It's kind of hard to get into the build. But anyway, we're building uh, parts of the deck tree now. I think it's just a little bit hard to get every brick completely connected together, because I can't press it on a hard surface because it's not flat here. So, and it's a long plate, so if I apply the pressure at the wrong position, I might crack, well, break the plate. Not that the the quality of the plastic, it's just, common thing, right? Is you got something long and hit right in the middle, then it's very likely to break because it's the weakest point. Uh, sometimes, hey, when you want to make some video on uh, stepping on Lego, I mean, it's painful. That's why it's for like entertainment, well, comedy purpose. I usually want to pick um, bricks that are not that large surface area, because when you whole body weight step on it, it's likely to break. Uh, anyway, so how do I get that sorted? So it's some very interesting way on. It's quite different. Okay, so it's kind of like here, and then you kind of press it on some of the exposed studs. It's a very interesting way of building things. At the same time, you know, it's not that easy to apply it. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Alright, so this is how the, the parts that we just built gonna clip onto the plates, and the man, the throat. I mean, the cough isn't as bad as yesterday, but I just take a sip of water. Uh, and I have all the Lego logo kind of facing down, but then actually to apply it, I actually need to flip it over. Damn it. Oops. And then I realized that I made a mistake. So many mistakes. So this is how it clips onto it, but then I need to flip that over to be on the other side. I don't know. If I pay close attention to it, then I might get irritated. But anyway, so this is how it's supposed to. Oh, I don't know. What? This one is okay. I think the other one I got it wrong. So this one, this side is all good. I think this one I got it the wrong size. So now, now, so connected to it. There will be some gaps, so don't try to press too hard, and then the whole build might fall apart. But now it's looking really smooth. The exposed part is already closed off, and then we've got more to add on top. Let's see. Okay. I wonder like how I can improve the visibility of the instruction booklet. So I might need to have lights at the back instead. Because the reflection sometimes makes it really hard to see exactly where it is because you just can't see it anyway. But slowly building the top of the Deku Tree. It's not just the Deku Tree, it's the Great Deku Tree. um, okay, I've got this part over here. Now everything is more secure, and then we kind of add things on the surface just to smooth it out a little bit more. So this bag is quite straightforward, and then we have bag 14. So this part is nothing complicated, fairly easy. So yeah, overall, it's a fun build. Still, is really is as I mentioned yesterday, it's really a set for fan of the game, right? To me, right, this set's great. Yeah, it's expensive, no doubt. I wish it's you know cheaper, but anyway, am I happy with the outcome? Even though I haven't finished the build, yeah, I I'm really happy with the set. I got great minifigures, great parts, you know, complicated builds. It's actually quite complex compared to some other set. Less, some some other bigger set that's less straight. You know, it's bigger but more straightforward in terms of how you build it. And then, yeah, interestingly, again they suggest me to have back 14 and 15 open at the same time. So let's just do that, and then let's spread out the bricks a little bit more, but not too much, because if it's too much, that I might not even locate some of the elements. Then I think the smaller one I should leave it closer to me, because if it's too far, I might accidentally swipe it onto the floor. Um, but hopefully, I don't make the same mistakes again. Just need to spread out a little bit more. Just one remaining bricks inside this bag. Can't wait. I actually looking forward to do the in-depth review of this. I mean, I made lots of comments while building it. It's kind of different to have the whole set and start, um, you know, describing, you know, the highlights of the set. Is there anything that is not as good? I don't know. So far, I haven't spot anything uh, negative, uh, but we'll see what happens. So making sure that I'm not needing to build two things at once. So let's just focus on getting this done. Um, okay, so it should be quite straightforward. I don't see, there's not that many parts. It's not like really, really small. As long as I'm focused in building the set, then it shouldn't be that difficult. I think the most difficult part is yesterday trying to build the action feature. Is that a lot of things needs to be coordinated, so naturally, it get more complex. And I wasn't, because yesterday was, wanting to watch the football, which the team I support won 7-0. That was nice. But yeah, yesterday there's a pressure that I need to, look at the time so I don't miss out the football match. So end up like losing some concentration and making some really really uh, big mistake. Is I have to pull the thing apart to make sure that you know, put that piece right in because it's not something that, hey, I could just leave it. Because if I leave it, I think it will make it less stable, like in terms of action feature. Even though I'm not going to play with the action feature that much, I'm sure my kids will. Oh, so that I try to play it um, because they're still young, so they're not going to able to control the power and stuff. So I don't want this to break apart. Um, okay, so we've got some fairly interesting way of building things, but it's one of those annoying build because it's all one by one. So it's and then it doesn't have flat surface, which means to get it all aligned, you need to pay extra attention, which is sometimes it's hard. So let's see how it goes. So far, it's okay, but I'm pretty sure that I will need to build, uh, repeat the same process again. They're not suggesting you to build two at once because there's one is left and one is right. So some of the stuff not gonna be exactly the same. So that's why they try to do that. Um, what's next? A little bit confused on what I need to do next. Um, but here we are. I think I can certainly cope with. And I think because the dinner wasn't that full tonight, I'm feeling actually quite hungry. Tended to get some cup noodles or something like that after building it, but probably not. It's not the most healthy thing to have, you know, that much processed food at this late in the evening. Um, but yeah, this is actually quite an interesting uh, way of building things. And this is how it's connected because it's one of the roots of uh, the Great Deku Tree. Um, I think I need to have it on the other side as well. So it's this. But yeah, this is really interesting way of building this stuff. So and we've got this. Where was the 1 by 3? And then we need 1 by 2. So yeah, and then we've got the clip here. And what's that? Slope. 1 by 2 slope. Those are the one that really hard to find. Just right here. Okay, and then clipping onto this. And, okay, so it will be on this side. This side. So okay, so it's really on here. So it's crippling on the side. So there's some slight movement, but it's not designed to move that much. But it's looking really good. And I think the next one is building the roots on the other side, which have a slightly different angle, I think. Um, but anyway, it's looking really good. I really like the surface area, and when once everything connected, it just looks really good. Like it does capture the vibe of the environment in the game, and that's the most important thing. Because sometimes when a set is aiming to be a display set, a little bit of the play feature and target audience is fans of the game. It's so important to capture those little things that people would the fans of the game would recognize. Like me, right? I recognize lots of things. There's something that I've got, but anyway, actually that would make the access to those area a little bit um, difficult. But I think we can adjust the angle, so that's okay. You kind of just here because there's some plants kind of blocking the way. Um, so we'll see what happens. Because some of the stuff I really can't comment while building it. I have to wait until it's finished. Then I can make some comment on it. Because until it's finished, some of the features it's different. Like while building it, something looks really nice, especially in some like bigger set. There's some interior detail. I'll give you an example. It's like the Hocus Pocus house, right? There are actually lots of interior details. You kind of notice it while you're building it. But once you finish building it, it's hard to show some of those details or get your hands into those areas because it's so packed and so tight that it and the roof design only open up on one side, the other side is kind of blocked. Even though while you're building it, you can open both sides, but once it's finished, then you just can't access some of the stuff easily. So that kind of change. I appreciate the detail, but at the same time, there's something that oh I no longer able to easily access the details that I appreciate. So there will be things like that. Hence, sometimes have that's why I'm saying like while I'm building set, I wouldn't necessarily consider that a review. It's just more like oh yeah, how I feel. It's my reaction um, to building the set rather than oh that's actually a set review. It's kind of different. Anyway, so I've got this here. Um, this side, okay, and then we've got so yeah, even though like the roots of the Deku tree is actually there are lots of small details, and they kind of break it down in a way that makes it quite interesting uh, to build uh, the roots. It's not like oh just stack all the big pieces together. There's some interesting way to create the shapes, um, the exterior texture and stuff. So that there are lots of effort put into to make the sets as authentic as possible. So I appreciate the effort. I'm pretty sure I don't know, I haven't read any interview or or, or articles on to understand whether the set designer is a fan of the game or not. Sometimes you can tell like if the designer really love their project. There are lots of things that they put in or that you would say wow. There will be times where you know they still enjoy the project, but they don't get some of the the really in-depth detail. I think because just the lack of awareness, right? So yeah, but sometimes you can feel the difference, but sometimes it's better just to maybe talk to those people directly, right? Anyway, so we've got some printed tile here. What? Sometimes it's just hard to see from the instruction like how it's supposed to look like. So here, okay, so this is how it's supposed to look on this side. Um, we've got some flat tile to smooth out the surface and give it a little bit more of the texture. And yes, they're using lots of this new element here, um, which is I think it's useful to create some of the shapes and texture. They use a lot in like Speed Champion because of the cars. They need that you know curve or the slope to make it looks more streamlined. Um, anyway, so we've got this here. Where do I put this? On Okay, it's a slow process, but I think I may able to progress another bag before I stop today. We'll see, because definitely it's taking less time compared to yesterday. Yesterday, yeah, apart from the mistake, but in general, the lots of things to build yesterday, and I need another one, which I couldn't find. This small piece, oh, just right here. Because usually they have quite a few extra, but I think this time they don't have that extra one. It's something itchy on this side. It's because I think the mic is too close to my neck. um, sometimes this happens, and it felt like, hey, there's some bug or something like that. Okay, that's it. And towards the outside, and this side. That's how it connects to this part here. So it's if very interesting ways of building. And now again, we're gonna need to build the stuff that I mentioned earlier. It's like, hey, definitely some of the steps. It's not exactly um, a mirrored version of the wood on the right of the deck tree, but uh, there are parts where you will need to use the same technique as that. We're building this thing here again, but I don't feel repetitive though. It's just more like, hey, this is how it looks like. But if they want to make a even bigger Deku Tree, then if you need to build this like 20, 30 times, then it will be very repetitive. Yeah, one, two, is it? That's it. One, two, three, four, one, two. Yep, 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 yep. That's it. Looks like there might be one more to go, because looking at the spare parts. Yeah, some of the things with Lego, right? It's like some people often make their own big layout, like, or like big creation going to any shows and stuff. Like you really love building it. I think the joy of those is really the process of or how to make it look better, rather than, oh, this part might feel repetitive or not. Because whether it's repetitive, it's really, hey, if you want to design for someone to build, and you want to make sure that they don't end up feeling, oh, I'm doing the same thing again. But if the aim is to have a huge creation, then sometimes it's not necessarily like the building process. Anyway, so we've got this here, so I think we've got two more routes to go. See, looking really good. I think this one will be okay. It's slightly in front. So okay. This is gonna be ah. Let's just move Hetsu and Link House away. So there's two holes in front of the deck tree, so that is where I'm gonna hit. So it's just right here. Okay, so there's no articulation on this one, but it's looking quite good. Yeah, I just think the movement of the lips works so well. And then we've got another one that we need to build. I think that may be the last one, but we'll see. This one is probably on the other side. Okay, oops, got the wrong bricks. And then we've got this here. So this one is slightly longer, I think. And it's a slightly different um, combination of bricks. So even though you're building something similar, they could have just do like three the same then, but then it wouldn't give you the lively shape that it's supposed to have. So this is great design, in my opinion, though. And then it's not like annoying to build. It's actually quite fun to build. So far, if you say, hey, I don't like the game, but is this something that you know would have would guarantee a great time in building? Yeah, definitely. Then you just have to decide whether you're happy to pay the price. You can always wait for double inside the points or any gift with purchase. For me, right, originally I thought, I could, you know, whether definitely it's something that I want to purchase on day one, but one of the key driver for me to to, to buy this set early is because in June when they start pre-ordering, like there was the double inside the points plus a gift with purchase. So you know that kind of helped to make the decision. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Like if you want to get more from the set rather than I just pay the money and only get the set, right? So and and I- and while the game is a very popular game, but because it's still a niche target audience, so it's not like this set will sell out soon. Uh, it's a popular IP, but it's still you know compared to, let's say, something more. Um, it's also to do with the price. Like for example, the Jaw set. Again, the target audience is adult that watch that movies. Um, but there are lots more people know about Jaws compared to Legend of Zelda. And that says, you know, um, pricing is actually pretty competitive. I do it's on my wish list, but I'm waiting for the because it will be available from other local toy store, and they will have like 15 to 25% off, right? That's what I'm waiting for because 15 and 20% off is still a better deal compared to the insider points. Even it's double insider points, it's still less discount compared to let's say you get 20% off from the set. The way that they create the texture around the Deku Tree roots is really good. No doubt, it's a great way, very good use of parts to create the details. So yeah, I just finish building this first. Again, it's quite hard to align the first time. It's always the problem with one by one. Although I haven't bought the Rivendell yet, trying to work out how I can afford that set. But again, we all know the roof have so many one by one pieces, right? And they have special technique for you to ensure HPs are parallel to each other. Um, but hey, I think this is done, and then we'll just repeat same thing. Um, so yeah, that's a set that I think I really need to prioritize get, and also uh, there are quite a few sets. Winter Village. That yeah, I mean that set. Yeah, I do want to get, but then if I miss it, is it the end of the world? Probably not. Because last year the Winter Village is not as good as the previous years. So that's something that hey, less of an issue. Peace. And it was just here. Never mind. I think that is something of less of a problem. So I think the Ninjago City Market is also the other one that I need to prioritize. But I think the Ninjago City Market is gonna last longer compared to the temple, the one from Dragon Rising. Is that those those are quite short. The shelf life is quite short. That one is less expensive, so I don't know. There's not many sets I can sell to to generate the thing. So I need to work around on some budgeting to actually get that sorted. So I think will be very similar. Is there anything I need to touch up on this side? I don't think so. Okay, so keep applying on here and yep, all good. So all the roots are there, and then we need to add some flowers outside. So got yeah, need to have four of the yellow or orange uh, flowers. I'm gonna make sure that each of the trunk has different length. I just want to make sure that I got the put into the right one. Um, but it's hard to tell because the they asking you to do on the longest one because you can't really tell though. I think yeah, should be the longest one because the other one is too short. You can't have it really secure. The thing is, it's 2D right in instruction booklet, so sometimes it's just hard to get it right. And then we're just gonna put the flowers on top of the leaf that we replaced earlier. And yeah, what's next? Oh, there's one white one. The white one is near the mushroom and silent princess. So it's looking really colorful right now. It's good to have those details. Okay. And then we've got another coral seed, another yahaha. It's just the way that they say it. It's really funny. Because this one is having the using the heart-shaped tile, so you do get one spare. So you could potentially, you got the parts of the same color, um, you can create your own. Here, just standing here. So this one I want to place it somewhere because you can create your own colored seed rather than place it with all the spare parts I usually do. And I think we can actually go with bag number 16 and might stop here and it's actually not that much. And let's just get bag number 16 done as well and maybe then I call it a night. Because I wonder what bag 16 is gonna be. We'll see what happens. So far we have two coral seeds. In the game there's like 999. And then at the end, once you complete collecting all 1,000, I think, then you get something look like a poop. That's what you get when you fully complete the quest. Um, I did that in Breath of the Wild, but can't be bothered with Tears of the Kingdom, because Breath of the Wild is a lot straightforward because that's the variation of the mission is less than Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom, the couple of them you actually need to help the find the friends, right? That you need to make some thing to help. You can hold it, but there are places that you can't reach, and you need to create um, machinery to help you get there, which sometimes is can be frustrating sometimes. So that's why I haven't fully completed. Meanwhile, when I was playing Breath of the Wild, it was still before when kids, right? So there's a lot more flexibility in terms of time. Um, because yeah, just re- the drop in time that I can spend on my own kind of drive the decision to not fully complete Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe sometime I might try to do a full completion, but I will need to take some long holiday to do that. Okay, all right. So okay, so this is here. Okay, so the other one doesn't need the. Damn it! So I need to have. It's a nice new green color because I don't think I've seen this color in some other set before. At least this element. Okay, so we need to. I wonder what. Still don't know what we're building right now. Um, okay, and then we've got here. Hmm, really hard to tell what exactly I'm building right now. So I still can't see it. Maybe it's to do with something on top. It's a interesting shape though. Mhm. Okay, here. What's next? There's some really odd positioning of some of the bricks here, so really don't know yet. And then yeah, this color I really don't see it often. Okay, so this one is right here. Got two slopes. And then we've got more so that we got a surface you can build on to. Whoa, another one. Okay, so yeah, probably the top of the Deku Tree. Definitely. It, well, the shape looks like there's something on top, right? Yeah, we'll see what happens. I really don't see it yet, and then okay, got some interesting way of building. So one of the coolest thing about the building of this set is the different variation of you creating the outer surface of the Deku Tree. It's like I never built anything like this before. And this is how it connects to here. And then got this. Okay, and this is how it connects. Okay. Okay. The way that how they create the shape in here is they put a lot of thinking to create this. This is really cool. And just need the other set to kind of not the other set, but the other pieces to make it a little bit more smoother on the outside. Um, not necessarily like secure it. And then we need to move on to this side, which has a slightly different um, construction. Um, and how it looks like. Is it this one? Okay. And then slope here. This is how next. All right. And then what's next though? There's something that this part is really really fresh in terms of um, how you're gonna construct the parts. Uh, let's see. Again, they're using this element here. Oops, it should be the shorter one. No, this is the one, or maybe I made mistake on some other parts. No, don't think so. I think this is the one. It's supposed to have another parts. That's why. Okay, now it looking okay. Oops. This is how it flips onto the side. We're nearly there. And again, it's very similar but slightly different ways of putting things together. And as expected, this is the top of the Deku Tree. So this is the part where I will put it on top. Is it? Okay. I think it's a nice interior here. And the way that creates shape is just brilliant. And we've still got a few more pieces left. Let's see what it's gonna be. Um, and then got a few parts to kind of smooth out some of the exposed studs. Just right here. So look like this is a surface here, and then we're gonna build something to cover up some of the thing on the side. Just make sure that it's just one thing rather than I need to repeat the building process. And what? Ah, got deceived by the instruction booklet again. It's supposed to be anyway. Sometimes the instruction booklet show you the arrow, but then you look at next step. Yeah, it's like really confusing. It's not necessarily the first time to have this problem. But, I can cope with it. And then this one is on this side. You can't really see because it's facing me but not facing the camera. Just make sure that it's all secure, but I'm not applying too much pressure on the other side and end up, deconstructing some of the important parts. Um, and then we're gonna smooth out the other side as well. Maybe I could progress one more because this bag is pretty quick. Yep, and then I need to finish. Okay. Okay, supposed to be like this. This one here. This one. This right here. Okay. This is how it's supposed to look like. And then this will be it. Okay. It's all smooth out, and the next one is 70 and 80. Let's just check whether it's something that I could. Oh, okay. Now we're building uh, foliage. Yeah. Back 17. Okay. Everything is so small. Should I carry on? I don't know. How much more left though? There's still quite a lot left. Is it? Actually, not much. So, yeah. You know what? Just making sure that I'm not going to spend too much time in the evening building. I'm going to leave the final part, the foliages and the trees for tomorrow. So for today, that's it for today. So basically, the Great Deku Tree is mostly done. Just need to add the leaves and also the additional trees, and then we'll be completing this um, Legend of Zelda Great Deku Tree set. But for tonight, that's it for me. I'm going to take some rest and we'll continue. And hopefully, we'll finish building this Great Deku Tree tomorrow.